Hey friends, happy Saturday. We made it to the weekend. I'm so glad that you're here this morning. And if you happen to be watching later on the replay, I'm glad that you were able to join me there. My name is Robin, and I'm with Robin's Egg Blue Creations, and I'm also an independent designer with Couture. If you happen to be looking for easy, inexpensive, easy to clean, no fuss, no muss craft ideas for home decor and gifts, you are in the right place. So once you hop on, say hi in the comments, tell me where you are watching from. I am in central Kansas this morning. It's been a hot one, folks. Yesterday it got up to 108, and we're supposed to have more hot weather throughout the next week. So be praying for us because it's not going to be fun. So with that, I want to let you know I'm live this morning on StreamYard. So I'm live in 3 locations. I'm live on my Facebook business page. I'm live on my YouTube channel. And I'm also live in my private Facebook group. And I tell you that so that if you hear me refer to a comment that you don't see in your feed, not to worry, that person may be viewing and commenting from a different platform. Also, if you are in my private Facebook group, if you wouldn't mind giving StreamYard permission to your profile name and pic by clicking the link in the description of the video. That way you show up in my comments as under your name and profile pic and not Facebook user, and I know who to say hi to. Speaking of saying hi, I see that Jason is watching from the other side of the door. So hello. Again, say hi in the comments. Spread the chalk love, tag your crafty friends, invite them over either to my business page or my YouTube channel or even the crafty group. Just spread the wealth and spread the chalk love. And with that, I'm going to flip the camera so I can show you what we are going to do this morning. So we are using the size B 8.5 by 11. You are handpicked by God. I think this one is super cute. It would make a wonderful graphic t-shirt, which I plan to do maybe at some point. So this is what we're using. This is a sticky back silk screen reusable transfer. So it does have, I can get it peeled apart, easier said than done. It does have adhesive on the back side. It is reusable about 8 to 12 times, depending on how you take care of it. And so I'm going to write the name of the transfer on the back. And I'm doing that because it is reusable. I want to, when I'm done cleaning, put it back on the carrier sheet for storage. And this way I know that this is the back side and that the transfer needs to be put back on this side. I see that someone has hopped on, but it says Facebook user. So let me just see who you are real quick. It's Stacia. Good morning. Welcome, welcome. Glad to see you here this morning. So we'll be using this transfer. I'm going to be doing a little bit of watercolor. So I have some watercolor brushes right here. And then I picked up this, it's an 8 by 10 frame, but it's in a 13 by 15. The overall dimensions are 13 by 15. So this little insert goes in the back, and I have not painted the back yet. But I thought this was great. I can chalk on this side for like an everyday evergreen design, and then I could paint the back side and maybe put like a seasonal or a holiday design on the back of this. And then I would imagine you can get, this is probably 1/8 of an inch. You could cut, you could get an 1/8 inch sheet of kind of wood layment, underlayment, and make different pieces for this and just keep popping the inserts in and out for different seasons and holidays. I have pre-waxed this a little bit. I'm curious as to how the watercolor effect is going to work waxed, but we will give it a whirl. So I'm going to put this frame aside for right now. And it is on sale through today, the 16th at the Hoblob. So if you want to go pick one up, you're welcome to do that. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to fuzz my transfer because I'm working on painted wood. I'm going to peel the backer sheet off and lay that to the side. And then I'm just going to take my terry cloth towel and lay my transfer on top of it. And then I'm just going to once or twice put it on and peel it off. I'm just adding a layer of lint to the backside so it's not so sticky that it pulls or distorts the transfer when I'm pulling it off of my wood surface. So Stacia, how have you been? I haven't seen you for a while. Okay. So I can kind of see through the transfer, so I'm just kind of using the edges of my transfer versus the edges of the board as a guide. And I'm kind of picking it up and letting the light shine through it a bit. It looks pretty good. So then I'm just going to burnish it down. Keep it paying good attention to where my silk screen is. So I'm just going to do a little bit of extra burnishing there to make sure I have all of the transfer around the silk screen burnished down. Okay. Just trying to figure out my game plan. I'm going to do You Are by God and the Flowers in Storm. It sounds a little weird, but hang with me a bit. And then I'm going to do Handpicked in the colors that I've chosen, which is Couture Teal, Guava, Raspberry Sorbet, and Bumblebee. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And I might pick one more color. But let's put these in semi-rainbow order. Just kind of in my mind, I think I'm going to pick a blue color. Or, yeah. I didn't think this through very well. So let's pick a blue color. Oops. Okay, so let's do Colonial Blue. So those will be our colors. And then Storm. Stacia says, good, just working on a Facebook post, getting stuff ready for a sale. That sounds like fun. That one is slightly dry, so I'll get my new one. Sorry for my squeaky chair. And then let's get some multi-tools out. Okay, now we're ready. So I'm going to open up my Storm. I'm going to peel all this yummy goodness off. Okay, so there's that. So I just peeled this off with a foil. Because there's a lot going on, and because there is a chance that my paste can dry in the silk screen, I'm going to do what is called the chalk and peel method, or the paste and peel method. So I'm going to do most of my gray area first, and then I'll come back in and do the multicolor portion. So I just have my chalk paste on my squeegee, and I'm just going to pull it down. I have a lot on my squeegee, so let me get most of that off. So I just distributed it where I need it, and then I'm just going to drag my squeegee down the silkscreen area, covering up all, oops, I think I had a bubble there. You're probably thinking, Robin, where's the color going? But just wait. Okay, so I can remove the excess and put it back in my jar. And then I'm going to come back in this larger area and get rid of a lot of my excess, pick all that back up, put it back in my jar, and then I'm going to even out my squeegee lines. I think I may have missed a spot there. Okay. So I'm going to leave the Handpicked attached as much as I can. So I'm just going to release the silk screen from that area of the paste that you are. And then I'm actually going to turn it around, and I'm going to peel it up from the bottom. Yep, I got a little bit of a boo-boo. And I'm going to actually dry this portion just because it's so large. You don't necessarily have to dry it. You can just lay it back down, but I would inevitably stick my arm in it or something. So I'm going to go ahead and dry this. Make sure this area up here it's probably pretty dry. I'm just going to cap my gray for just a little bit. We will need it again later. I'm just going to pop the top on. And then let's undo all of these lids. Most of these are the new formula, so they're a lot more creamy and silky. However, my guava is the old formula, and you can tell it's a lot more. See the difference? This raspberry sorbet is nice and creamy. My guava kind of looks like cottage cheese a little bit. That is the difference between the new formula and the old formula. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So there's 10 colors or 10 letters, and I have 5 colors. So I'm just gonna alternate my colors in this kind of bright rainbow form. And I'm just using the multi-tool because it is a smaller squeegee. I am going to make sure that that's I'm just going to go down the line. So I just picked up a little bit of this far right color. This is Colonial Blue. I don't use it very often, but it is a pretty color. Or this one. Are you trying to get me to say raspberry sorbet, or are you asking for the blue one? I'm just going to let that hang out a little bit, and then I'm going to get some guava. And even though it looks like cottage cheese, it still works. Your squeegee kind of helps to, but yours won't look like that. Mine is just old. But if you do have some colors that are looking a little rough, your squeegee kind of helps squish some of those lumpy bumpies. So now I have Bumblebee. Probably need to go a little faster, Robin. And I could kind of do a yellow and a yellow, but I get easily confused. So I'm just going to go down the line. But I may, the blue, yep, that's Colonial Blue. I don't use it very often. I'm more of a navy person. So if it's a lighter blue, I don't typically use it. But I know some of you out there love blue. I'm going to go ahead and release these 5 letters just so they don't, let's try that again. Just so they don't dry in the silk screen. If your paste happens to dry in the silk screen and you pull your transfer up, most likely your paste that is dried will come up with the transfer. And you don't want to do that after you've worked hard on your design. So then I'm just going to make sure the rest of the letters are nice and burnished. And then I'll just do that over again. So we'll come in with the raspberry sorbet. Gotta clean that one off. And we'll go in with the guava. I'm done with the multi-tool. Come in with the Bumblebee. My apologies. I'm still just a little bit froggy from being sick a couple weeks ago. Come in with the Couture Teal, which is my absolute favorite color. If you saw my desk at work, you would see that. I have this color. Well, I have a stapler this color. My file system is this color. My tape dispenser is this color. And then we're done with blue. Okay, so let's pull that up. I'm going to pop this in the water because I'm going to clean it because I'll need it. And I'm going to cap these and then we'll come back in. I'm not going to fully cap them. I'm just going to, because I'll need them here in a little bit. But I don't want to get water in them. I'm going to let this air dry someplace safe. So I'm going to pop that over to the side. Sorry, my chair's squeaky. I'm going to show you how easy it is to clean the transfers. It's kind of dual purpose. I do need to use my transfer again, so I want to get it cleaned and I want to get it drying. I also just want to show you how stinking easy it is to clean these. Jason says that's gorgeous. Well, thank you. So you just need a water source, whether it be a tub of water or a sink or a bathtub or a shower. Just easily need a water source. And then I like to use our board erasers. Not only do they work great for the boards to clean your chalkboards off, but they work great for your transfers as well. So I highly encourage you, if you ever place an order, anytime you're placing an order, be sure to add a couple of packages. They're pretty inexpensive. You get a pack of 2 for $2.99. Just always add a package or 2 onto your orders, because you never know when they're going to be sold out, and you don't want to run out of these. So I'm also going to do the back side that helps to release any extra dried on paste from that silk screen area. A little bit yellow's being finicky. Your transfer may stain a little bit. That's pretty typical. There are natural pigments in the chalk, so they will stain sometimes, but it doesn't hurt the function of the transfer. As long as your silk screen area gets clean, you're A-okay. So then I'm going to come in on the back side and just clean off a few of those fuzzies that we put on. So I'm just using a disinfecting wipe. Just trying to get rid of a few of those fuzzies. And I do think it kind of helps wick away the moisture. And it kind of dries them a little faster. If I were done with this transfer, I would just, to dry it, you can leave it sticky side up like this for about 5-10 minutes and it'll be dry. I have a tendency to forget that mine are drying, so I just immediately stick them right back on the backer sheet, and then I let them dry that way, and then I put them away. But because I need this, and look, I got water clear over there. Oopsie. Because I need this, I'm going to dry it quickly by putting it on the inside of my fuzz towel, which is a microfiber side. And I'm just going to kind of sandwich it in there and let it hang out a bit. So let's bring our board back in. And I, even over there, got a few water droplets on it. Surprise, surprise. Okay. So I'm going to do a little bit of watercoloring with our pastes. So I'm just going to open them right back up. Jason commented earlier that looks gorgeous. Well, we're not quite done yet. That's the cool thing. But yeah, even if you just left it like this, it's really cool. But we're not going to leave it like that. Okay, so these brushes have water in them. But I'm just going to put a little bit of water over here just because. So I'm going to use the water in the brushes, it might be a bit big, to help me kind of thin down the paste so that we can watercolor on the insides of the flowers where the negative space is in there. And we're going to do some fun multicolors. So not every flower is going to be just one color. So I'm just trying to get a game plan together. Let's see if this works. So I'm just dipping my brush into the raspberry sorbet, and I'm literally just going to watercolor inside. And if I do it carefully enough, I may not have to reuse my transfer. Let's see. You just want to be careful not to reconstitute that gray or the storm color that's on the other side or on the outside. Okay, let's do another petal. Sorry, I'm probably going to go dark on you because I'm concentrating. Because you're watercoloring, it's going to, and the paste is thinned out, it's going to dry super quick. So I'm just immediately going back over with another layer, and it makes the color darker. So you can keep it muted and just do one coat. Or you could keep going over it with other coats to make it darker. So that's what we have so far. I'm just going to rinse this brush out. I might just keep using this same brush. Just trying to figure out what colors to use next. So now I have guava. Sorry, my head's probably in the way. So does anybody have any big plans for the weekend? I'm working on a custom sign. It's a 5 feet long and 18 inches wide, so it's a biggie. And then I need to try to unbury myself from my craft space. It is so disorganized and has been for eons. Okay, so let's move on to Bumblebee. That's what's so nice about these chalk pastes. I mean, they're so versatile. You can paint with them, you can water them down and kind of stain with them. You can use them as is for the transfers. Okay. There's the yellow. Excuse me. I do have, it went over a little bit, so. Okay, so now let's use think I'm gonna, well, no, we'll just use coral. I could bring in a pink. Let's bring in Marvelous. Just for kind of a different color. Mainly to keep the tone of the flower the same. I don't want to bring a green or a blue in because it'll kind of mess the tone of the color flower up. Mm-hmm. Okay, so here's what we have for that flower. Lift it up a little bit closer. Just muted, fun little colors. I'm going to dry that one. I don't think I'm going to have to go back in with my transfer as long as I don't bumble up the rest of my flowers. It should be okay. Cap that one because I think I'm done with that one. Just going to bring in I think we'll now we'll come into the second flower, and I think I'll bring in sage for that. Let's just cap these since we're not using them right now. So I'm just kind of figuring out my game plan. Oops. Let's use a different size. Okay. Let's do the colonial blue. Here's hoping we don't botch this up. So far, I'm liking it. This is where I may end up needing to bring in the transfer. We'll see. The first one was easy to color because it was a small space. So I'm just trying to stay clear of the gray areas or the storm areas. Sorry, getting my head in the way probably. It's so quiet. I can hear a pin drop. Okay. I think we'll go ahead, since I'm still using the blue, I think we'll go back and we'll do this. Yep. I'm just thinking. Nope, I think I'm done with the blue. course, the blue may not be done with me. Okay. So then let's go in with this sage color. Hopefully it'll work. How y'all doing out there? Are you holding your breath kind of like I am? Come back in. I got went a little over. And if you do go over and you don't want to bring your whole transfer back in, you can just use your brushes and paint in some of the gray areas if you need to. And if you're confused about what I mean by bringing in the transfer again, I'll show you. I don't think I'm going to need to do that, but okay. Okay, now let's use our coral color. Oh, too much water. It's so quiet. Jason says, doing great, and he loves this project. Thank you. This is a really pretty transfer. Even if you just did it one color and didn't worry about watercoloring the flowers, it would still be really pretty. Now, okay, well, let's just go back in with let's just use raspberry sorbet and guava. Okay, hopefully I don't screw it up. It's my last flower. Okay, now let's use the guava. Ooh, I got that raspberry sorbet uber watery. think it may need, I'm going to dry this, but I may need to fix the raspberry sorbet a little bit. Let's soak. I'm going to try to soak up some of that water. That way it doesn't run when I blow dry it. I'm going to go back in because it's a little muted. Okay, that looks better. Okay, let's get this to dry. Okay, let's cap these. Get those out of the way. I do have a kind of a bungle. Oops, if you put the right lid on the right brush. I do have a little bit of a bungle on my G right there. So I'm going to try to fix that. But here's what the flowers look like. Very pretty. So to fix any bleeds like that, we have a detail tool. And on one end is a very small squeegee. On the other end, under this cap, is kind of a little silicone pointed end. And that's great for kind of scraping where, let me show you again the before. See that G, how it's kind of got that goober on it? Because I've waxed this detail tool will come in really handy. And I can literally just scrape that little boogie away. And I'm going to get a tiny bit of water on this pointed Q-tip. I'm actually going to get a little bit of water on my... It's not perfect, but it's a lot better. So I don't have that little booger on there anymore. So if you don't have a detail tool, you should get a detail tool. Okay, so now we can bring our frame back in. And I will eventually kind of distress the edges. I may add some embellishments, but I don't know. I thought about just some twine and then some color coordinated beads, like for a bead dangle, but I don't even know about that. So and I will paint the back of the frame eventually. So let's pop this in and see what we have. And you can help me determine whether you think I should frame it or add some embellishments or not. So what do you think? It looks really good up against that gray. My only beef is that my grays don't match, but that's quite all right, I guess. Quite all right. So let's, Jason says beautiful. What's up with my mouse? weird. I have two mice on my screen and neither one of them are working. Let me. That's weird. It might be because that is weird. I can't fix my. Jason says he thinks you'd sand the edges on the inside and the outside. Try this. I think my cord is sitting on my screen, which I think is there we go. It's messing. It's confusing my computer. There, that was it. Okay, so here is what we made. I'll show you. Oh, it's kind of washed out. Sorry. There we go. Handpicked by God. So there you go. So do you think we should add any embellishments or leave it as is? I mean, I could add some like lace or jute twine and then maybe do like a bow with a bead dangle where the beads matched these colors. You'll have to let me know what you think. While you're thinking on that, I'm going to show you a few things. For one, the fall catalog has launched, or the autumn 2022 catalog has launched. The link for that is in my smart link in the description of this video. It's a new lookbook. You can also just go to my website, chalkology.com/Robin's Egg Blue Creations. It's listed down here at the bottom of this slide. So the new Autumn Lookbook is, it launched on Thursday. Lots of yummy fall, Halloween, and Christmas designs and a few new evergreen designs. Also, don't forget the summer savings kits are on sale. So these 6 kits are on sale for 30% off. Club Couture members get 40% off. Those are at chalkology.com/Robin's Egg Blue Creations. Look under, I believe it's either kits or specials once you're in the shop tab. Also, we have the Very Sweet Days of Summer Club Couture transfer. This is an exclusive transfer for Club Couture members and designers only. Members get the exclusive transfer plus 3 chalk paste singles delivered to your mailbox as a DIY monthly subscription kit. There is a 3-month minimum commitment, but you can cancel at any time after that. It is right now $19.99. As of August 1st, it's going up to $21.99. Just cost of inflation, cost of increased shipping. But as a Club Couture member, you also get $5.99 flat rate shipping on right now any additional orders. Again, as of August 1st, you will still get $5.99 shipping, but it will only be on the first order. If you place multiple orders in a month, it will only be on your first order. Any additional orders placed in that same month, it will be $8.99 flat rate shipping, which is still way better than what I have to pay for shipping. Also, if you've ever considered becoming a designer, if you're like me and your wish list was way bigger than your wallet, that was my full intent when I signed up. I had no intention of building a team. I just really wanted the product at a discounted price so that I could make fun, pretty things. Now is the perfect opportunity to do that. There is a new designer access pass, and you can become a designer for $9.99 plus tax. You don't have to buy anything. That gets you your monthly website. That gets you your Club Couture transfer for the month. That gets you your back office. That gets you your customer-facing website where you can earn 25% commissions on all sales. That gives you a one-time 15% off coupon that you can use in addition to your 40% off retail price designer ship prices. There is a $19.99 a month service charge, but that covers your website, that covers your Club Couture transfer. If you're already a Club Couture member, that's what you're paying already. So it would be a great time to jump from club member to designer. If you do want some product with your designership, you can choose option 2, which is your perk add-on package. You get everything pictured in the second picture for $59.99 plus shipping and tax. And then if you want a few more items, if you want to add on the 9x12 Aiden board, which is porcelain, steel, and magnetic, it's normally a $40 value. For $20 extra, you can add on that on and get the Perks Plus add-on kit for $79.99 plus shipping and tax. So if you want any more information about becoming a designer, put join in the comments and I will get you some more information. If you would like more information about club, put club in the comments. And I think that's all the info I have for you. So we'll put it back on me. Jason says, light on the embellishments other than sanding. The picture is amazing and should be the focus. Well, I will go with that. Again, here's what we made. You are handpicked by God. Thank you for hanging out with me this morning. Be looking for a pop-up. I may be popping up in my VIP group this weekend, either today or tomorrow, for kind of a special little project for my group members. If you're not in that group, sorry, that's not open to designers. Put group in the comments and I will send you the link to that private crafty group. So just be looking for that. Otherwise, I will see you next week at my regular schedule, and I will post that on Monday morning. Thanks for watching. Have a great weekend, and I will see you later.